Hey, how's it going? Today you and I are going to be unboxing the Ovente Smokeless Indoor Grill. If you have a problem setting off the smoke detectors in your kitchen every night, then this might be something that you want to take a look at. So you ready? Let's get into this. Just a quick note, this video is designed to be an unboxing and first look. We're going to open up the box, see what you get, do a quick demo, and maybe even do some sound checking. But we're not going to be doing a full product review because we need a couple of weeks playing with this thing in order to give you a really good, honest opinion. Anyway, with that being said, let's get to it. This is the Ovente Smokeless Grill. Looks pretty cool, and you know this thing is premium quality because it says it right there on the box. Looks like it comes with two plates. One is a grill and one is a griddle, so that's nice. And the cooking surface isn't tiny, but it's not huge either. It's 16 inches by 10 inches. Right here you can see some of the features about this, and it says it's dishwasher safe. It looks like a lot of the parts do come off for cleaning, so if that's the case, then this would kind of be a first for me as far as small kitchen appliances go. Okay, right here they're showing you exactly how they're making this smokeless technology work. Glass lid, your two griddle plates, the middle section with the heating units, and then all your other pieces down at the bottom. And if it comes apart this much, I'm going to be thoroughly impressed. So what do you say to get this guy open? And like I always say, this is my favorite part, because you know what? Even if the thing completely sucks, at least I had fun doing this, right? Ovente is not actually the only company that makes this. I think this is a reference design to this thing, and there's several different companies that produce the same one. Kind of like how Green Pan and a bunch of other companies make the same slushy machine. Okay, what do we got? Get to know your grill. And this once again is the exploded out picture that was on the side of the box. I'm assuming that you can disassemble this whole thing if it keeps showing me this like that. And yeah, it kind of looks like it is. So that's pretty unprecedented as far as being able to work on one of these things yourself. Looks like I have to do my own assembly on the lid too, which is interesting. Okay, next we got the user manual. And probably it's going to give me another exploded out picture of the thing again. And there it is. Again, now this is the third time they're telling us what each one of these parts is. Down here it shows you where to put the water in, because that right there is a major reason this thing can supposedly be pretty smokeless. Here's an internal temperature guide for meats, cleaning instructions, and warranty information. Be sure to keep that safe someplace. Looks like everything has to come out together at once here. Wow, that is a small surface. You know, this box was pretty big. I was expecting this thing to be gigantic. Get off. Okay, this first bag has got, let's see. It's like our grill tray. Not sure what this is made of. Carbon steel. There's the underside. Yay, this right here. It's our glass lid. Got a nice little rubber seal around the sides. You see there's no handle on here, so I guess we have to assemble that. There's our griddle. And if you look at this, you can see that that is tilted in towards the middle, which I really like, because that draws all the moisture into the center for you, so you don't have stuff dripping along the outsides. That's a good idea too, because you don't really want these going through those vent holes that are on the sides. At least that's what I would assume with this. Looks like it's made out of the same material as the other plate. Yep, this whole thing does come out. Yeah. There's our entire heating unit here. I'm telling you, I kind of dig this thing a little bit. This thing is a heat barrier for the other piece. Our bag of goodies. There's our power cord, which is removable. If this looks familiar, it's the same type of cable that you'd use as a power cord for your desktop computer. The fact that it's removable is nice, because if you're storing it, then that means you don't got a cord flopping all over the place. Man, I really hope this thing works well, because I'm kind of digging the design so far. And then this piece right here in the bottom, that is the drip tray. It actually comes out from the outside. This thing calls it the oil drawer, which is accurate. Okay, so to put this back together, we got this guy here. Then we have this just slips on just like this. Then we just pick which grilling surface we're gonna use. I'm gonna put the griddle in here and we'll turn this around. Well, there's not much to show you on the front or back because you've pretty much seen every part of this thing. But if you want to see that drip tray, it's on this side. Interesting that it plugs in right on the front though. I would have thought that would have been more convenient in the back, but it would have also caused a little bit of a design issue too, I would think. So really, it's kind of funny because now that I got to plug this in, I can't really plug it into anything because it's plugged in there. So I'd have to turn this thing around once we decide to use it. Let me get this little plastic off of here. That crap annoys me. How many of you know people that have this plastic stuff that's been left on their stuff the entire time they own it? And after several years, it's all yellow and peeling off on the edges. I know a lot of people like that. All right, now all we gotta do really quick is attach this handle and we'll be ready to play with this thing. Okay, and once we got the handle on there, it looks just like that. And you can see that this makes a little bit of a seal on the top of this whenever the lid's on. All right, so let's get the obvious out of the way. Let's take some measurements on this thing. As far as length goes, the thing is huge. From the back to the front of the machine is 20 inches, but to the front of the power cable sticking out like this far, now you're talking closer to 23-ish. And then you got to figure out what you're going to do with this power cable. If you're using it on a kitchen countertop, you probably got power source around you somewhere. Or in my case, we're going to end up flipping this around the other way because I got outlets on the back of my island. For the width, we are talking 11 3/4, actually closer to 11 7/8. And for height from the bottom to the top of the lid, it's actually about 7 3/4 inches. And I just checked the manual and it doesn't say anything about having to use this lid in order for this thing to be smokeless. So we are gonna see about that. Let's go through the controls here really quick. I'm gonna see if I can somehow make this easy to do. All right, got it figured out. So we're gonna open up this tray. We're gonna put some water in there and we're gonna carefully slide this tray back in. I can not really. And this machine really doesn't have any options. There's an on button and then you can change your temperature. Let's just say 400. I believe it goes all the way to 460. You can make it go faster just by holding it down. It doesn't make those irritating beeps. Oh, 480, okay. And then you let it go and it will give you a running total of what that temperature is at currently. And that's going up pretty quick. Then you got your fan on the side. I guess you probably can change the fan speed. Well, actually it does have a little bit of suction there. The fan's pretty loud. You'd expect it probably to be though, judging by what it has to do. But you can see right here, about 56 decibels. Not so bad, but it's just the tone of it is a little bit annoying. What do you say we cook a couple of steaks on here and see what happens? You know, one thing I'm going to try is that if we end up using the lid, I'm going to see if these steaks will even fit in here underneath this because it doesn't look like it's going to have clearance. What? Okay, our machine has reached temperature. So now we'll throw in our steaks. And as long as we're doing this, I might as well try the lid thing now, just to see. Yeah, just barely. In fact, this back spot here does make contact with just the edge of that steak. And the back side over here too. Just so though. And these are a little bit over 1 inch thick, so that's not small steaks. Now all we gotta do is cook this thing up and see what happens. Hey, by the way, if this is your first time here and you wanna learn some cool new recipes, get some great cooking tips and tricks and all sorts of other kitchen related things, then start now by subscribing to the channel and clicking the notification bell so you never miss a thing. All right, our steaks are done And you can see that they're producing a little bit of smoke here, but that's getting sucked in here almost immediately. I tried to do some things to generate some extra smoke and wasn't really having it. So that's not bad at all. This is actually giving me a treat for me because I've been sick the last few days and I really haven't eaten anything. So this is making me really hungry. Okay, let's check out this steak. Ooh, that's looking good. I can't believe it. It worked. Well, just after our demo, I do have a couple of concerns about maybe how hard this thing's going to be to keep clean and stuff like that. But so far, seems pretty promising. Over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be testing all sorts of different stuff on this grill. And once I have enough information for you, I'll be back with a full product review. If you want some more information about the smokeless grill, I do have an Amazon affiliate link for it down in the description of the video. If you buy anything through those links, I do make a small commission, but it doesn't change the price that you pay 1 cent. Hey, Joe's Phenomenal now has channel memberships. For most people, you can see a join button down below the video window that you can click and see what type of perks I'm offering. If you're using an iOS device, you might not be able to see it, and if that's the case, I do have a link down in the description of the video as well. If you like this video, but you don't think this grill is going to be quite the one for you, then I do have a playlist right here that's got unboxings and reviews for all kinds of other indoor grills. Take a peek in there, just might find something else you like. Well, that's it for now. I hope to see you back again here really soon, and until that time, I'm Joe, and I hope you have a phenomenal day. Take it easy.